Hello everyone, welcome to my channel, and today's topic is horrible teachers, story time. And for this video and my drawing, I'm actually redoing a drawing that I did back in 2015. So there's just so much things that are just wrong with drawing, so I'm just gonna redo it. Like, gosh, what the hell was that? Anyways, for this video, I'm going to be talking about a teacher that I had back in college, and for her safety and privacy, I'm going to call her Gothel because she does look like Gothel. So if you want an image reference of what she looks like, search up Gothel, Mother Gothel from Tangle, and you have a visual reference. So without further ado, let's get on with the story. So my first year with Gothel was just like, Gothel was a really nice teacher at first, and all of that changed over the semester. This is when I realized she was just a horrible teacher. For example, she assigned us a project, and she only taught us camera angles. So we went out, and we were given 2 full periods for this, and during those full 2 periods, she never taught us anything in between. So when we came back from doing those videos, she told us now it's time to edit. And she never taught us anything about the program that we were using at the time, which was Premiere Pro. So I didn't even bother handing it in because one of the project requirements was to make it under 1 minute, and mine was 10 minutes long. So yeah, it was not really a good start to her classroom because she also complained about it. Yeah, she actually really complained about people not handing in their project even though she never taught us anything about Premiere Pro. So this is basically like part of her dark side, and this kind of continued over the next couple of weeks because now we realize that she doesn't allow technology into the classroom. She doesn't allow us to be on not just phone but also our laptops. And even if it was for important projects, apparently it was a distraction. I found this out actually one incident that happened to me. I was stuck on a part of a project and I asked for help. Also during that, my laptop was open next to me, next to the Mac, and I was just using my laptop just to transfer videos that I was doing over the weekend over to the Mac computer, and I didn't have a USB at that time, so I was using emails. I finished what I was doing and my laptop was just sitting comfortably on my desk. So when she came over and I asked what I need and I explained my situation. Before she even answered, she looked at my laptop and just like, okay, let's put this away because this is a distraction. And I felt that I wasn't playing anything on my computer, not even a game, not a video, nothing. It was on the main desktop wallpaper, and apparently it bugged Gothel so much it just triggered her. And she never even mentioned this during like technology in class in the introduction. I mean, if this was so important, why didn't you not mention this back in week 1 when you were giving out introduction? She also did this with a similar friend of mine. She came over, told her to turn off a pause video, and before that she already told her to turn off the playing video, but she wasn't watching anything. My friend was just keeping it playing in the background as a distraction, so it could, not as a distraction, she was playing it in the background to keep her concentrated, but my friend was doing her homework, and this wasn't even Gothel wasn't even teaching at this time. This is work period. At this time we were just free to do whatever we want, and Gothel told my friend to turn off her video, and then came back and told her to turn off her pause video after she asked her a question and moved her DS and phone away from her. Said this is a distraction and this is not even part of class. She also has developed a favoritism in the classroom, and guess who's on the really naughty list of Gothel? Me and my friends, because we tend to miss her class a lot. And I also forgot to mention that she doesn't allow us to search up on any site that is related to related to a project. For example, if I'm searching up on YouTube Premiere Pro tutorials and effects, she will tell me to turn off this video and focus on my work. And even if I tried to explain to her once upon a time, and this actually happened to me, she would tell me I should ask her for help. And she doesn't realize, this dumb witch doesn't realize that there's one of her, 20 of us, and by the time she'll get to us, because everybody needs help with everything because her teaching is just dumb and confusing, the class is already over. So Yes, Gothel developed this favoritism, and we skip her class a lot because we see there's no necessary need. We weren't allowed to do anything, and she had already a bad teaching record, and we're not allowed to search up on any sites for help. Everything was always on Premiere Pro or SoundCloud, so a lot of times we just skipped her class, but we were also working on her project, and Gothel really hated that, and I mean really hated that there was one time she's tracked down my friends. I wasn't there at the time, but this is how the story goes. So my friends were working on other projects, and this was basically like the end of the semester, so there was a lot of bigger projects, including Gothel, who I forgot to mention likes to assign a lot of projects. She assigned us so much work that is not even related to the semester breakdown of what we were going to do. She also assigned us like 1 to 3 pieces of project, and they're due under a week. She also assigned us homework over Easter, over the Easter holidays, and she was the only one to do that. No other professors actually did it except for her. So while everybody is celebrating Easter Sunday and Easter, we are out videotaping whatever we can videotape because... Where did I carry off from? Oh yeah. So yes, she hated that. I'm sorry, I got carried away. So she hated the fact that we skipped class, that she actually hunted us down. For example, my friends skipped class and she hunted them down, and she found them in the studio working on other stuff, including her project, and basically yelling at them, telling them to get back to class or she will fail them. And my friends were like, we're not coming to class, and she just walked back and forth, and then she came back and she said like, this is your last chance, and they're kind of like, yeah, we really hate this. Yeah. Through the class start, I don't know what happened. I don't know how she found out that they were in the classroom. Maybe she was walking to the bathroom and just saw them, or she asked where the other classmates are, and somebody just snitched on them. I don't know what happened, but basically that's just what happened, and things didn't really progress like any better. She was just basically nitpicking on everybody and yelling at them for late works and late assignments and being late into class, which she was basically a hypocrite on that, because there was times where she was late to class and she showed up like nothing happened. She didn't even apologize. She just said like, okay, hi guys, I'm here. It's just like, are you serious, girl? Like, really? Sometimes we just didn't think she was showing up, and then when we tried to leave, she was like right around the corner, and just like... There was time where she called me out for my flaws. For example, this happened actually next year. There was one time where she kind of called me out, and it was easy for her to call people out because the fine arts group kind of got smaller because everybody went into a different program. I think most of the time it was just because people didn't want to deal with her for like the next couple of years. But I continued on because I feel like I needed more practice. So one of her classrooms, she was unfortunately teaching us 2 separate classes which dealt with video. Gosh, it was the worst. I don't know who assigned her this, but they're horrible. So years went on, and there was one time I was sitting in her classroom, and she was asking each and every one of us if we were good at Photoshop, which is kind of like, she already knows that we took a Photoshop class last year. I'm sorry if I'm like doing that. She already knows that we took a Photoshop class last year, and the teacher wasn't really that great of the teacher as well. He couldn't barely teach. I'm not saying that everybody couldn't teach in fine arts, but there was only like at least a few people that couldn't teach properly in fine arts. And this teacher was kind of one of them because he was just old and kind of boring, but he was a really sweet guy. And I said that I kind of sort of know that I know how to navigate through Photoshop, and she turned to me and said, is it because you missed so many classes? And I'm like, and she was like laughing at it, and I kind of gave it like a serious look and like, are you serious? I actually attend to his classes. I mean, I can't believe you actually assumed that because I miss your classes, and the reason why I miss your classes is because you can't teach. And I didn't say that to her. I just only give her like a serious look. But yeah, so this is my college teacher from hell, and I honestly don't know what happened to her. All of a sudden, I switched over to animation, and after I was done my first year of animation, I spoke to one of my favorite teachers that I had back in my old program, and he said that apparently she's done teaching. So I wonder if she got fired because of many reports from the dean, and finally the dean took action to these reports, or she switched over because she didn't want to deal with us again. Who knows? Thank goodness that Gothel got rewritten, because I don't want this to continue into generation and generation of art students have to be so disappointed that they're not really learning anything from this woman. So this is my horrible art teacher from college. I hope you guys enjoy my Storytime video, and I look forward to seeing you guys in the next Storytime video, which is going to be part 2 to this, because I actually had two horrible art teachers from college. So thank you guys for tuning in. If you guys had the similar experience, because I know a lot of YouTubers are not really talking about their horrible college art teachers, it's mostly high school art teachers, because it's just one singular person. Leave it in the comments below if you guys have a similar experience. And I do apologize for my mispronunciation and mess up delays. I do have a disability which is linked to autism, and it affects my speech ability. So I'm trying, but thank you guys for tuning in and watching my videos. Subscribe if you want more content, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.